Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us here again on another episode of the Smile and Shine Show, where we talk about all things health and wellness and living a healthy, happy life. Today, I'm super excited to have Dr. Hayley Collinge here with us. She's a naturopathic doctor here in the South Okanagan, and we're just going to dive right in and learn a little bit more about Dr. Hayley here today. So welcome.
Thanks so much, Denise. I really appreciate that. I was born and raised in Kamloops, British Columbia, but I've lived in a lot of places, including the Lower Mainland, for 5 years. That was when I was going to Boucher Institute of Naturopathic Medicine. It's since been renamed the Canadian College of Naturopathic Medicine, so there's only one in Canada, and it's the Boucher campus. I also lived in Washington briefly and Arizona for almost 7 years. I'm still licensed as well in Arizona State. Hobbies that I like to do are martial arts, so ninjutsu in particular, yoga, rollerblading, paddleboarding, kayaking, hiking, cooking. Beach days, of course, like if you're in the Okanagan, you've got to love the beaches. They're absolutely beautiful.
Definitely.
And that's part of the reason I wanted to live here is when I was growing up, both sets of grandparents, they lived in Kelowna, and I have family all over the region, like in South Okanagan, Penticton, pretty much everywhere. So it's kind of nice having the family here. One of the reasons I moved back from Arizona, because I wanted to be near family too. And then, as for my business, like I own a practice called Oliver Naturopathic and Aesthetics. I have celiac disease myself, so I do help a lot of people with autoimmune conditions, and I teach them how to eat for like gluten intolerance, various food intolerances. And you can still eat delicious. I teach them that. They're like, oh, I have to be gluten free, so my diet is going to be like the worst ever, and everything's going to taste bad. I'm like, no, it doesn't have to be like that. Trust me, you can still eat a really good meal if it's gluten free. And I even thought about possibly hosting some cooking workshops because it is kind of a hobby of mine, cooking and teaching people who don't know how to cook, like simple, nutritious meals. All the ones that I teach should probably be gluten free just because that's simply how I eat. So, that's something I could consider if I could find a venue to do that at. Do you possibly have anywhere?
Yeah, that sounds like a great plan to put out to the universe and for us to work on that one. Definitely.
Cool. All right. And so I was also like in the US trained in anti-aging medicine. So a lot of modalities such as bioidentical hormone replacement therapy. I also do the botox and the fillers. So it's kind of a hybrid practice. Other things I do is intravenous vitamin therapy. I also do massages. I do acupuncture. One type of massage is actually called Tuina. It's a Chinese medicine massage. It's basically using the meridians. So meridian massage, intravenous vitamin therapy. I do like the high dose IV vitamin C. I do Myers cocktail, glutathione, like all the basic ones and whatever else by request. Do a lot of food sensitivity testing. I also have environmental allergy tests, comprehensive hormone testing, cupping even. I also direct bill, so that's important. A lot of people want to hear about the direct billing because they have insurance. So I take all the major plans. Coverage varies plan to plan, so I always get that question. The answer is always call your insurer and ask how much they're going to cover, and they'll usually give like $300 to $500 towards naturopathic services. Like that's the most common anyway. And I see a lot of people at 80% coverage, but some people get less or more than that. So it just really depends. And my goal with my practice, honestly, is I want to educate all people to empower them to take control of their health, because I think, especially with the medical system being less than optimal in the province of BC, I'm not going to lie about that. Definitely, it's smart to take things into your own hands, especially since there's often not enough providers for the amount of people. And some people, like a lot of my patients, don't even have a medical doctor. I was lucky enough to just recently find one after 4 years of being back from Arizona. Yeah. So there's a problem definitely with people finding enough providers and So that's why the more you can learn, that's my role, to educate. One of our 5 principles in naturopathic medicine is docere, or doctor as teacher. So I definitely enjoy educating people, and I like to treat everyone in my practice. So everyone's the exact same, regardless of race, religion, sexual orientation, what have you. I want to provide access to everybody. And for those who can't afford it, I also have a contact. It's called the Wellness Association. So I can put you in touch with somebody to help you get access to services that you might otherwise not be able to afford. And yeah, so the other thing that I was going to say, I'm working on things in terms of my own health too. So just to share that, I mean, doctors, of course, like even they, have health issues and things that they need to work on, bad habits, what have you. So, I mean, that's part of what I'm working on, especially with the martial arts. I'm halfway through the training right now. I've been in it for about 1.5 years. Absolutely love it. Working towards the black belt level. So I want to do that as soon as possible. It takes a lot of definitely fitness. So I'm working towards fitness goals. Definitely got a little bit out of shape because I had some injuries, and I had a surgery about 1 year ago, deviated septum. I couldn't breathe out of my nose. So yeah. So that's what I'm working on. I mean, I would like to also, managing injuries when you're trying to work towards like a physical fitness goal, that can be challenging. I definitely have a lot of patients in the same boat. So I've used a lot of other practitioners, even locally, to get IMS type treatments. Right. And yeah, they do like physio, there's definitely good chiropractors here. We're actually very lucky in this region. We seem to have a lot of different variety, like massage therapists that are great. So yeah, I'm super thankful we have access to all that locally, and it's nice.
Yeah, and definitely being small rural communities, I still find it quite shocking and exciting in a good way that we do have so many different health practitioners that can help us, vitamin stores, right? Knowledgeable people on the whole scale, right from yes, we have trouble getting doctors sometimes, but we've got the pharmacists, the doctors, we've got the hospital in Oliver. So our small South Okanagan region, like you mentioned, physio, chiro, right? Naturopath, acupuncture, aromatherapy. There's all kinds of different energy healing, right?
Yeah.
Reflex.
Well, it's definitely up and coming, as they say. And I mean, it being the #1 wine capital in all of Canada doesn't hurt either.
Right? Yeah. So there's lots of things to enjoy in our region here. And so you mentioned having the clinic in Oliver there. So then is it in-person appointments only, or do you do some video appointments as well, or phone?
Well, yeah, because I do have a lot of patients in Penticton, because I was also working in Penticton for about 1 year at another practice. So a lot of my patients, if they don't want to or can't make it up because they've got small children or like disabilities or whatever, then I definitely do video chats. On occasion too, I do make house calls that are in Penticton and stuff like that. I tend to not like to do that as much, but if they absolutely can't get in and they want me to come see them, I will do that, like an old-fashioned doctor, just come to their home, and I don't mind doing that on a case-by-case basis.
Okay, well, that's wonderful. So then ultimately, for someone to, I guess, learn more about you, we've got some links over on the side for those people that are able to see the buttons and the links on the side. There's a button for you to go to book, and you can go book on her Jane app and get booked in for an introductory consultation if you've never been there before.
Yeah, there's a free 15-minute consult, and I also have a 30-minute chat if you just want to sit down with me casually and have a conversation about your different health issues, and then I can kind of tell you a little bit more about what I offer. Like I said, very casual. You just come into my office, we share a cup of tea, and we talk, basically. So
yeah, that's so awesome. And I think Dr. Hayley and I have some thoughts and ideas on really building a wellness community in the South Okanagan here, because just like she said, and I know myself, as much as we're wellness practitioners ourselves, it's nice to have that community group where we're cheering each other on, supporting each other, overall just really helping, because life is tough some days. some weeks,
Oh,
some
no
months,
doubt.
some
Yeah.
years, right? And so I think that's a really nice part again about small towns is we're closer, we're closely connected, and we're able to do things. So again, whether it's maybe some classes about cooking and eating healthy, we've done a wellness fair together, and hopefully we get to do those again. But yeah, so everybody keep in touch with Dr.
Well,
Hayley.
yeah, and feel free to message me also on social media. I'm on most of them at Dr. Hayley, and Hayley is HAYLEYND. So you can find me on most social media platforms. Even if you have some services you'd like to see, or like community events that you'd like me to do, or like you have suggestions of where I could hold a cooking workshop, that kind of stuff, definitely drop me like a DM, or you can even text me on my number, that kind of stuff. It's all on my booking link. So, and then my website, drhayley.net, you can also visit that. Needs a little bit of updating, but it's still got the information.
We're all a work in progress.
Yes, we are. And I was going to say that for sure. Like, and that's what I definitely say to other patients. Like, don't get frustrated. Where you're at is where you're at. You know, we're all a work in progress. We're all working towards getting healthier. That's what I'm here for, is to, you know, help educate people and walk with you on the journey towards optimal health. So.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for taking the time with us today.
Thank you.
People that can watch it later when they have some time with their cup of tea, and we encourage everybody to get connected with Dr. Hayley, as she mentioned, sort of on her different social media pages, and learn more about naturopath and take charge of your health. And let's get out there and let's get healthy, everyone. So have a great week and weekend, and we'll see you guys again. And I'm sure Dr. Hayley and I will do this again one day about specific topics, perhaps.
Thanks, Denise, and thanks everyone for listening. Really appreciate it, and I look forward to meeting you all.
Okay, awesome. Bye, everyone.